Yo, what's up YouTube? This is your boy Travis Dykes. Today we're going to be working on 3 grooves that you can use just wherever. The first groove we're going to be working on is groove 1, which goes like this. Alright, so it seems like a lot. It's got a little bit of a gospel feel. What we're going to be taking from is we're going to be taking from the F sharp major scale. So we're going to be at F sharp major. So alright, so now the first little part, we got pretty much 3 parts. Part 1 is this right here. Alright, so the way we're going to start, we're going to have our index on the 1 or F sharp. If you know your numbers, I'll give you numbers. If you know your notes, then I'll give you notes too. So we got our F sharp, which is on the second fret of the E string. Then we're going to go from the 2 to the 3, walk up to the 3. So that'd be G sharp, A, and B flat, or A sharp. So boom, 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 boom. And then we're going to go straight into, so it's going to be 5, 6, and then a sharp 5. Or in a note, it'd be C sharp, D sharp, and E. And then we're just going to walk it back down. 5, 4, or D sharp and C sharp. So all together, that first part should be this. Let me do it just a little bit slower. So it'll be alright. Now the next part is going to be, which is pretty much like copying a little bit of what we already did on that first part. So that. The only thing that's different is that we're not going to this low F sharp, we're going to the octave higher. So we're going to do the same thing where we walk from the 2 to the 3, or the G sharp to the A sharp, and then we're going to do. So we got, instead of going back to that 4 right there, or that 5, we're gonna go to that F sharp. So it'll be, and I give it like a little trill, a little embellishment. So boom. All right, and so that's part 2. So what we have now is, alright, let me play that second part a little slower for you. Alright, so now the last part is this cool little lick I do just kind of as a turnaround. So it'd be this right here. So all we're doing is we're going to be starting on the flat 3 or sharp 2, which is A on the D string. We're going to do two plucks on that, so it'll be boom, boom, and then we're going to go, which is a 4, 5, or a B and a C sharp, and then we're going to go back to that A or a sharp 2, and then F sharp to that 6, 5, or D sharp and C sharp, and back to the 1. So slow would be like, I'm gonna do it just a little bit slower, like this. All right, and that should be the whole groove. So it should sound like. All right, now groove 2 is going to be using the minor scale. Let me play the groove first so you can get a sense of it. So. All right, so we're going to be using the F sharp minor scale on this one, and the minor scale goes like this. All right, and so the way this groove is going to start off is pretty much going to be just following the scales. Is going to be, we're going to do an octave on the first one, on the 1. So that F sharp with our index finger, and then the F sharp octave, or the 1 octave with our pinky finger. And then the next note's going to be the 2 with our ring finger. Then I go to that flat 3 with my pinky, and then the 4 with my index finger. So it should sound like this. All right, and then the next part, we're just gonna do a octave, or not even an octave, but just like a hammer-on, 2 hammer-ons. So it's gonna be with the B or the 4 going to the 5, and then the E or the flat 7 going to the 1. So it should be like this. So E to F sharp and B to C sharp. So, and then that turns us around back to the groove. So it should be like this all the way slow. So. So it's going to do that 3 times, and then the last time it's going to do this lick that kind of really turns out around the whole groove. So kind of like a medium speed would be like. And then we're going to do this. So all I'm doing is just I'm doing a hammer run from this is the flat 3, and then it's going to going to a B up here on the G string. So it'd be like, and then as soon as I hit that B right here, I'm going to play the D string open. So it's going to be like, should get that sound. So. But you don't want it to be like, you want it to be like this, more of a straight hammer on. So it's like, so like that. So all it is, so we're just gonna do that same thing. So D string open. So you let this one ring too. So it's like, so it sounds like a chord. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the D string. So that this is going to be a E to an F sharp, or a flat 7 to a 1, and then we're just going to play the A string open like that. So it should be, and then the last one would be the B to the C sharp. So the B to the C sharp should be the 4 to the 5. Should sound like that. So, and play that E open with it. So it'd be like, and then on that one, instead of keeping it really like open, like, or ringing out like that, I kind of close that one off quicker. And then do this line right here. And this is starting on the 5, so it'd be 5 or C sharp. And this would be E, or that would be a flat 7, and then to a 1, which is F sharp, and then to the 2, which would be a G sharp. So it'd be like, so now the whole groove slow. You got right here. Right back into it. So just remember. And then right back into it. All right. And so let me play that again, full speed. So it'll be. All right, now we're on the groove 3, the last groove. So it's going to be an F sharp still, but it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be F sharp Dorian. So let me play the groove so you can get a sense of it, and we'll get right into it. So we got. All right. And so that's pretty much all it is. It's a pretty simple one. But what we're doing is we're going to be using F sharp Dorian, which is this right here. So basically the only difference between it and the major scale is that you have this flat 3 and you have this flat 7 in there. So alright, and it gives it that kind of like minor, kind of dominant sound. But anyways, the groove, all we're going to do is we're going to start off on, this is going to be so it's going to start with the 1, and then it's going to immediately go to the 6. So the 1 is F sharp, and then the 6 would be E flat, and then to the E, which would be flat 7, 6 of flat 7, so it'd be like, and then that's what you're gonna do, 6, flat 7, 6, and then you're gonna, and all this is gonna be, it's going down the scale, so it'd be flat 7 or E, E flat or 6, 5 or C sharp, 4 or B, and then go right back to that 1 F sharp. So all right, let me do that slow. So let me do it a little slower. So all right, and it's going to do that 2 more times. And then we're going to do this. Instead of walking down, we're going to walk down up here and do this little lick. So when we get to that 3rd time, we're just going to do it. Dun, 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 dun. So that's 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Actually, on the 4th one, so. And so all this is, so we're playing a 5 on the G string, and then going down chromatically to the 4. So it'd be 5, 5 flat, and then B or 4. So that's a C2. So yeah, and then we're gonna play the flat 3 or A on the D string. So we got. Back to the 1. So it should be. All right. So let me play it at a medium speed, the whole groove. So we got. All right. So that is all the grooves. If you have any questions about this, feel free to leave a comment below. And also, if you want this loop, I'm like giving all my loops away. So if you want it, like drop your email in the comments below. Send me a private message, or you could go to my Instagram at @Dykes and send me a DM, or you can go to my Facebook page at @Dykes Music and also send me a private message there, and I will shoot it right to you. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe below. Yeah, just hit me up.